If you need something to talk about with your family at the holidays that is not that controversial, you could argue about who was going harder with the silly names in the 1800s, Cleveland or Chicago, because oh my god, the Chicago Microbes. Silliest defunct old baseball team names, second installment. We're still in the C's though. By the way, this is the page we're gonna end up on at the end of this video because I neurodiverged all the way off the map. Just to recap, we have previously covered the Boston Bean Eaters, the Brooklyn Bridegrooms, the Chicago Orphans, the Chicago Whales, and the Cleveland Infants. Okay, so this one is not technically in alphabetical order because somebody put it in the comments in my last video and I hadn't heard about it, but oh my gosh, I was so excited. I love microbes. I mean, I don't love like I love studying that. I went to school for, but doesn't matter. Here is proof that this was a real thing. They were called this for, I think 1901 to 1903-ish. Wait, but it says the orphans were till 1902. I don't know, y'all. I have been bamboozled by my own notes, but I do know that this was a real thing, so let me explain. Okay, so in 1901, the Chicago River was disgusting because of all the waste and stuff going in there. But they did know about germ theory, which is really exciting to me. And they decided that a solution to this was to like reverse course of the river. And so then all of their disgusting water was being sent towards St. Louis. And St. Louis didn't like that. Literally hours after this course switch, St. Louis sued Chicago for sending its microbes in their direction, and the case actually went to the Supreme Court. And so they started calling Chicago players the microbes. But some Cubs players did say that being called a microbe was better than being called a Cub. But I think all of them should have been called the Whales. Next up is the Cleveland Spiders, the losingest team in professional baseball history. That's a story for another time. They were called this because their uniforms were black and gray, and a lot of guys on the team were tall and skinny and had long arms and legs. Number 8, Cincinnati Kelly's Killers. This team only existed for 1 year because there was some crazy nonsense going on between the American Association and the National League at this time that I still don't understand. In 1891, the Cincinnati Reds were like, oop, are we going to be in the league? Eventually they left the association for the other league, and so the association decided to put a new team in Cincinnati to fill that void. And the new team would be managed by no other than King Kelly. He's been in 3 of my videos now, and I would just like to say for the 3rd time, if you are rocking a mustache this good, my DMs are open. I do want to do an actual video about this team at some point because it's giving Muppets put on a show to save the old theater vibes. And also blue laws were in effect at the time and some other stuff where you weren't supposed to play games on Sundays, but the mayor would only enforce it sometimes. And so sometimes they would play when the mayor decided to enforce it, and they would just, the whole team end up in jail. I just like this next one very much. The Detroit Creams. I hate it. It's because their manager said they'd be the cream of the league. Number 10 is the Detroit Wolverines. Hell yeah. Because apparently that's the state animal for Michigan. So then of course I had to know, why is that the state animal? I was led to this. It's from the Toledo War. Did you know that there was a Toledo War? And I still didn't find out why they were called the Wolverines. Okay, that's all. Tell me which one was your favorite, and if you say the Creams, I'm calling the cops.